Hello
Hello.
again. We are back. We are here, and it is going to be game 2 of this best of 3 for the semifinals. Winner looks to face Team Ethereal on the finals for our Galorants Yuletide Brawl. How are you doing, Wolf?
I'm doing good. I hope everybody in chat's
Hi.
also doing well. Very
Yes.
excited to see this. We're going to Ascent this time, not Bind again. I love this. I think somebody was mentioning that they were going to start a hashtag on Twitter of like no more Bind, and I 100% back that. I think Butter said it.
I mean, I can understand the love for Bind. I think we've dissected this, breakdown. It is
I
a
know.
fun, even map, but man,
And if this matchup
aren't
goes to
you
game 3, we will unfortunately have to
we
see
will
Bind.
see it. We will see it.
Yeah.
Aren't people? Aren't you having the itch to play a little bit of Icebox?
That's
little
what
bit of
I'm saying.
Split?
Or Split. I was really sad when we went, we were looking through the brackets and saw that some teams had played on Split. We just didn't cast those games.
Oh,
Oh, so sad.
I
That's
wish
okay.
I knew. Oh, what is this? What is this strategy? They're changing it. Sorry. Chat,
Oh,
the audience, they're not seeing it, but the lobby has so far been the chicken flag. You know? There was a nice consistency and camaraderie between everybody in the lobby. Everybody's a chicken, the robot chicken, for those not familiar.
yeah, it was wonderful. Even we changed to chicken so we could take a picture of it.
We joined in for the camaraderie. Oh my gosh, I can't even say the word anymore, but it looks like there is a coup. It makes sense. I think we kind of joked about this. Galorants, they're changing into the ant emote. Nope, what's going on?
I don't know.
Divergency.
Yeah, the Galorants. Team UwU,
But
they
it's all
messed up the
good.
chickens.
It's okay. They're ants. They're Galorants. We're fine with that.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
it
still
looks
think
like
that we need a plushie. We need an ant plushie with like a Galorants t-shirt
it
on or
has
something.
to. Yeah, I'm ready for merch. It's definitely on the pipeline. So anybody and everybody that's been asking, we want it too. I
We
get it.
do.
We'll
We're
make
working
things
on it,
happen.
guys.
Ooh, woo. Nyan Nyan.
Uh,
What is going? But in
yeah,
the
yeah.
meantime, everyone's getting ready. We're readying up. We are
And
loading
I think,
in.
oh, I was just gonna say, I think we're waiting on a couple more players, but we're not. We're loading in right now.
Nope.
Let's go see
Ready.
what the lineups are going to look like for Ascent.
Everybody hover. Let's go. No, you can't have 5 omens in a team, unfortunately.
How funny would it be though if a team came in here and decided to do a random pick?
That's some bold strategies right there. Because
Right?
for anybody not familiar, if everybody hovers over the same agent, it's essentially a pseudo random since you cannot random an agent just yet. The game will pick someone to eventually be the agent highlighted, and everybody else will get a random agent available in the pool.
Yeah, I believe it's the top player gets the agent that was hovered. At least when I've done it, that tends to be the case.
That's interesting. Yep,
and it's stunk because I was top and got Omen, and I don't know how to play Omen.
It does work out. Curse will eventually lock in that Omen, and we're seeing the rest of the team follow suit right now. And it looks like Reyna's gonna be in play for both sides. I'm very excited. I do love me some aggressive Reynas, and both teams very aggressive players, as we've seen so far. Should be a lot of plays coming in for that.
Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a swap up from some of the teams. in terms of like who they're playing. Vernina, as you mentioned, is going to the Reyna. She was playing Phoenix on Haven, and LNQ is actually going to swap over to Killjoy for this map rather than using her Cypher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think...
And, I was going to say for Unbind Crouch, they're going for the double Sentinel strategy here.
Yep. Extras did play Sage last time. She's on the Cypher now. I believe that's the only change-up that they've had, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which makes sense. I don't think Sage is quite as strong on this map as she is for Haven.
No.
But we're coming in here.
We've seen some fun plays. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And actually, we did learn on A side that there's an interesting wall you can do on attack with Sage to kind of protect the...
It's pretty gross.
Plant.
But in the meantime, Onion, already just sitting in the smoke, tries to slow down the push. Aggressive done by Team UwU. Extras picks up 2 on the Frenzy.
Yes. Frenzy.
Oh my goodness. Drops everywhere. Bodies falling down. Freya on her own. Not enough. Does not get that kill. Quick round. Thanks to that Frenzy. And Unbind Crouch picks up the round.
You've got to love the Frenzy kills. And anybody who says that's a bad... Yes, you do. I demand it, Saj. I demand it.
Very well. Yes. I will love the Frenzy.
Yeah, very quick round, as you said.
Yeah.
Looks like we're actually going for a mid push here. On Ascent. Oh, we got Omen smokes passing each other.
Oats
on the water.
Wow, look at that animation though for that sheriff. They're going to be walking their way slowly, not expecting Onion in there. No, it doesn't matter. Vernina's pistol finds the head, connects, and shuts that down, and they're gonna barrel their way onto set. LNQ picks up 1 for herself too. I can't get over the animation of that gun. Planted. It's so cool. I want it. But CC is great up in heaven. They are 3 ladies in, having to face 5 for Team UwU. Vernina finds another, heals up, gets an overheal on that too. Make that 3 for her now. And now CC's on her own.
Yeah. Did you see that bait with K-Sweet going on to side and then immediately kind of tailwinning away?
Yeah. And that's a 4K strong showing for Vernina. Picks up a round for her team. UwU.
Yeah, and that landed them a couple of guns, a couple of SMGs there. I don't know. It looks like they might be, at least some of them will probably keep those. Maybe we'll see an op come out in the later rounds. But that was really well done. Going down catwalk. Nobody expects it.
No. Yeah.
Not second round.
Because of that buy, you're seeing the rest of Unbind Crouch kind of have to just hold on to their pistols and a couple of stingers. So this is a nice bonus for sure for Team UwU.
Yeah, it looks like Freya's the only one who actually...
Oh. Yeah. Wow. Very strong opening from Cursed. Manages to take out Onion. And looks like they kind of want to make their presence a little more known on middle.
Stealing sight.
Alice does throw out the Leer. She does have a stinger. K-Sweet doesn't matter for her. She's going to take that kill. And they're just going to make their way on through mid. Spikes already. Looks like they're going to commit to B. And they're going to make their way through. K-Sweet does find Taffy in the meantime. And that's an open sight for them. While CC, again, on her lonesome, trying to figure out, is it... It's definitely not going to be worth it for her to try and make any plays here. She's just going to try to find some exit cracks. And she might encounter a K-Sweet, but she had her knife out, I think. Oh, that is unfortunate.
That was very unfortunate. You had the dream team of K-Sweet, Freya, and Curse kind of pushing in through the mid there, triple peeking all of those corners just to make sure that there was nobody there. That was pretty devastating for Unbind Crouch. I think it was Alves there in the mid.
Here.
There was really nothing she could do against 3 of them. But you see there why it's so strong taking mid on this map, because it really splits the defense, and it makes it very hard for them to kind of rotate to whichever side is being attacked.
Yeah, looks like KSV on the box with that operator on hand, trying to see if she can get an opening pick here, but Unbind Crouch gonna play this very passive in the meantime. Not showing themselves. Bernina already pushed up onto short. Same play that she did last time, trying to just make noises, maybe force some rotations out. And you are seeing that from Alves, having to pretty much play around their spawn area, trying to decide which site the rest of Team UwU are going to commit to.
Yeah, they've given up a lot of the map to UwU right now. And it's a weird strategy, but it might work for them because you can definitely see UwU going a little bit slower into these sites.
Yep. Let's say Flash and Hot Hands already out as extras manages to sandwich Team UwU. LNQ does pick up 3 for herself, manages to even things out right now in a 2v2. K-Sweet gets another, and now Taffy on her lonesome managed to find one and another. Secures the round and an operator for Unbind Crouch. Huge round for them. Wait, what? She got rid of the... They don't want them. She dropped the operator on purpose and swapped it for a Vandal. They do not want it.
That's interesting. You don't normally see that on defense. Normally the op is actually a really good defensive weapon. Sometimes you'll see on attack when somebody won't pick up an op because it's kind of hard to move as much with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised. They maybe do not have someone that is interested in using the operator, so they'd just rather not have it and maybe give it back to Team UwU. I'm not sure, but K-Sweet, Bladestorm is live, pushes through these smokes, but this is a crossfire that they're gonna attempt to do. But that smoke doesn't find it. CC manages to get both of the aggressive pushes from Bernina and K-Sweet. Huge round. Now this is a triple crossfire that they have over in mid.
Take flight.
Freya with the drone, trying to clear through the trees right now onto A. See if she can make something happen. Will spot extras, forcing her to fall back. But the rest of the team, given that information of the drone, they are going to rotate themselves onto A site right now. And it is the read. Team UwU is already here, trying to see if they get the plant down. But Paranoia comes out. Lear is also available. Time is ticking. They'd want to get that spike down, but Unbind Crouch making it really hard. CC is crazed. Triple kill, but LNQ answering on her for herself. Very strong round for Unbind Crouch once again. Great crossfire. That mid-market crossfire. My goodness.
Yeah, that was wonderful from Unbind Crouch. I think they've definitely... They maybe needed a couple of rounds here to kind of get a read on how UwU is going to attack this map. And now they seem to really have a good read there, and they're definitely able to counter the strategy that was going on. So I'm kind of curious to see what UwU is going to do in order to counter the counter and change it up and maybe do something a little bit unexpected.
Yeah. I mean, they are definitely changing it up here. You see all 4 of Team UwU kind of making their way onto B halls right now, but CC already spots them. Cover does go out, as Omen did say, but Alves manages to pick up the kill onto K-Sweet, who was trying to flank through middle. Lear comes out, but it's going to be a little difficult for them to try and push through, not even noticing this crossfire. Again, great placement from both CC and Alves. Manages to take them out. They now have the spike. Freya's on her own, trying to see if she can make something happen here, but they're going to push through for her, and eventually CC picks up her 3rd kill and another point for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, even if Freya had been able to pick up the spike and get out of there, you saw Onion in the back. She was coming in hard on the flank to make sure that she got trapped in garage. Or B main. Sorry. I call it garage, but I know that that's not the normal one. So yeah, it definitely looks here like Unbind Crouch is starting to dominate a little bit on the defensive side. We're gonna have to see a little bit of a change up here from UwU in order to get a couple more wins on the board.
Oh my. Alves played aggressively. Yeah, played so aggressively there, but they're going to use that lockdown, trying to see if they can finally make their way onto site, still having to deal with all of the Killjoy utility in the meantime. So that slows them down too. So even with lockdown going off, Taffy with that Molly, Vernina finally like picks one up for themselves. But Team UwU with 2 players trying to get that spike down in the meantime. Now Freya just has to deal with 4 players of Unbind Crouch and managed to take out 2, but it's a tough climb and it wasn't going to be enough. Taffy takes it to half and I think they're having a conversation. Who wants this full defuse? They will give it to Taffy.
Which is nice because that'll give her ult for next round, which will help her kind of defend and push the attacking team off of one of the sites if needed. And it looks like Onion actually has an operator, so I'm not sure why they didn't want it a couple of rounds ago, but
they want
now
it
they've decided they want it. Maybe they just didn't want to be given one. They wanted to buy one themselves.
Yes. They was like, that skin, I don't like it. I like this one.
Yes.
Skin's important, you know?
Skins are very personal.
It is.
Very personal.
It looks like Team UwU are going to be on a little light buy over here with light armor, SMGs, and a sheriff to their name. And they're just going to kind of try to make their way onto A. Vernina with that opening kill. Huge. Curse picks up 1 for herself, and that's some rifles. And I think even like the operator available for them to play with now. Yep, there it is. K-Sweet sitting on that operator, sitting up top, does get smoked out. But that's okay. She's going to play through A main in the meantime. And Spike is now ticking. Freya spots the flank from CC, but does not enough. Curse eventually has to trade herself out. Lockdown and Empress are available, but it's 2v4. They kind of have to ask, is this worth doing or not?
Yeah, and that alarm bot just gave them some the attacking team some information on where those defenders are.
Yeah. It's a blind on the defuse. Paranoia is used, and they're gonna find Vernina. Oh, I was gonna say Alves finds Vernina, takes out another before finally dying to the operator from K-Sweet. Oh.
Yeah, this is dangerous. K-Sweet's really good with that op, so kind of giving her that gun immediately in that round was very detrimental to Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, and that was a save round. That was a save round for Team UwU, and you know, we didn't hear the thrifty, but it was thrifty.
Thrifty. Yeah, it looks like we're going for a more kind of defensive side here from Unbind Crouch again. They did this the last time when they started losing a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Really waiting for the attackers to come into them to gain the information, almost get locked into place, rather than allowing them to get a pick right at the early round.
Yeah. It's really so beneficial, especially when you're trying to push into Cypher utility or Killjoy utility, which, as of this moment, spread out on both sides of the map. It's very frustrating. And the drone already tanks 2 of Cypher utility so far. Onion with the flash tries to slow down any push from short. Immediately destroyed and trades her life on that run it back. Alves manages to take up 2 in the meantime. Even numbers for both sides as Freya takes that spike down. But lockdown now in use, as well as that Empress. But K-Sweet on the flank manages to take it out for her teammates in the meantime. But Taffy manages to remove L and Q, and now it's Freya. She has her ultimate, has to commit. Takes 1.
Oh, no.
So close. She did not delay. That's a little hard when you're fighting 2v1.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a possible miscommunication there. she needed the ping on the map from her teammates in order to see where to throw that Hunter's Fury, and I think they were just a little bit slow on getting the ping out for her.
Also,
which is understandable. Sometimes I forget to ping as well.
Yeah. It's like 5 people, like, I'm just constantly pinging it, like, it disappears. But, I mean, yeah, there's that pressure, too. Especially when you hear yourself getting pushed at the same time, knowing that you need to get that ultimate out. So, but that's okay. Like, you reset next round.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to kind of have a default here, looking around for a pick somewhere, maybe trying to test out the defenses.
They want, I mean, they've left Spike in the back, but that's okay. They're going to see if they can get that pick. Much needed. It looks like the rest of the team UwU kind of are saying, yeah, B's a little hard. Killjoy stuff, Omen stuff. Try somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams like going A side on this map. Unless they can do what UwU did earlier and take over mid first.
I don't... Alf's finally is up there, but the rest of UwU, yeah, they're gonna rotate out. They're gonna take this Spike. Take it on through the boathouse. But Taffy, already there, takes out Curse, prevents the Spike from getting planted. Oh! Spray those blades. Eventually does connect. But not enough. CC does find that headshot onto K-Sweet. Bodies are dropping. Freya again on her lonesome. 12 seconds left. She needs to get that Spike down. But she's gonna get pushed. Yeah, and that is 7 points for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, they're definitely having a strong defensive half here. We still have 2 more rounds though, so you know, UwU could bring it back, give us that 5-7. I believe that was actually the score at the half on the last game as well. Oh, and it looks like we might have had a disconnect.
Yeah. Tack pause, tack pause. Pause, pause, pause.
Okay. Yep, there we go. There's the pause.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think from here, we are going to see a bit of a save round again from Team UwU. They don't really have the money to buy any rifles here. So they're going to have to... This is smart because they're saving so that the last round of the half they can actually buy real guns and rifles, hopefully get at least the 4th, maybe even a 5th round under their belt here for going into the half.
Yeah.
I would really like to see them take over mid again. I feel like that was the strategy that worked really well for them earlier on, and they haven't done it again. And I don't really know why.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it looks
they
like...
kind of... I was going to say, I think they just kind of got traumatized by those crossfires that Nyan, CC, and Taffy have been doing. They did a really good job kind of rotating themselves whenever they would do that push. Because I think they tried it twice after the successful time, and both times did not come to fruition for them. And again, now, yeah, they're gonna try another aggressive play here with the Jet on K-Sweet just pushing so fast, trying to burn through Cypher utility. Not enough. She will meet the rifle of extras. LNQ will take a sheriff to the face of Anya, and in the meantime, but extras in CC just has this site on lockdown. Closes it out with a triple kill. And an angry Cypher voiceover, putting it at 8 points for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, I think it's always hard when somebody disconnects, so you have to pause, because I feel like it throws off the rhythm of everybody.
Definitely.
Except for apparently Unbind Crouch, because they dominated that round. That was a very fast one from them.
Yeah.
But as we were talking about before, we still haven't gotten to the half yet. Once things swap sides, they can come back from kind of any detriment here. This isn't going to be too bad, even if it ends up being a 9-3.
Alps with the opening on LNQ, and from that she is going to have to fall back a little bit, but Vernina with the Empress is barreling down through middle right now, as you so wanted them to do. And K-Sweet finds another on the flank. And that kind of leaves A site open, and you'll see Spike already rotating itself over. Vernina finds another, laughing her brains out as the rest of her team is going to get that Spike down.
And they kind of have the site on lockdown now. They have all possible entry points watched.
Yep. K-Sweet on the flank, they knew she was there and eventually gets spotted out, but Vernina, her Empress, is running really low. I don't think she's gonna find another before it expires, but that's okay. It was huge opening for the team to get that Spike down in the meantime.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness, they do find both up in heaven and eventually just takes them out. And it's a much needed 4 on the board before the side switch for Team UwU.
That was a really interesting positioning by Vernina there, going outside of that window but still looking into heaven. I don't know that many people would kind of expect her to be sitting there on those boxes. So that ended up being a really good crossfire between her and I think Cursed was her teammate over there who got the other kill.
Yeah.
But as you were saying, we're swapping sides now. When this happened last game, we got a very close match. Almost ended up going into overtime. So I'm kind of expecting a little bit of the same. I think that UwU can definitely come back from this, bring the score back up to more of an equalized level. It's just really a question of how good is Unbind Crouch's attack here. Yeah.
And as well as like the opposite as far as with only the one Sentinel that is Killjoy, what can Team UwU do to make sure that they hold their sights? Onion opening it up, taking out Vernina in the meantime as that Spike is down. Shock darts are being thrown on the Spike, but hey, there's also a Killjoy molly on it now too that you're gonna have to deal with unless you take Killjoy out. Oh, those frenzy taps. Gotta hurt. This is a little dance right now. LNQ and Freya manages to take out one respectively each, but eventually Al's strong showing for herself with the triple kill secures the round for Unbind Crouch. 9 points on the board for them. Really big round.
Yeah, that was definitely a really strong round 1 coming into this half. That was an interesting strategy, though, from the defenders. They left A site completely, shut the door, and then destroyed it immediately, which saved them time on the retake because then they didn't have to destroy the door while the Spike was counting down. So that's a curious strategy if you don't feel like you're comfortable enough to actually hold the site against a full rush like that. Saving yourself any time later down the road is really smart.
Right. And that just might be their answer to the question that I had of how do you hold a site with only one Sentinel? And it looks like, I mean, they're kind of doing the same thing. They've left A open. You see both K-Sweet and Vernina just pushed out onto short right now. Meanwhile, the rest of Unbind Crouch taking the long route, bringing that Spike over to the opposite side of the map. They're gonna take it to A, which, again, is open.
No, wait, they all turned around.
Oh!
I think they're trying to play some mind games here.
Why are you mind gaming
isn't
me
falling
too?
for it.
No, they're always making sure that there's presence on both sides, but the turret does give away information that there are people there, and K-Sweet manages to pick up a nice Spectre for herself in the meantime as the rest of Unbind Crouch barrels their way onto B site, takes out bodies. It is a 3v3, but that Spike is now going down, and the pressure is on for Team UwU to make sure that they can get that defuse. Pushing their way through with the Leer and clearing out B halls in the meantime, not realizing all the last 3 remaining players are sitting here. On site, they find one, bodies traded, it's 2v2 still. K-Sweet with another, Vernina tries to see it, but K-Sweet is the one that picks it up and says, I'm taking this, let's go.
That was a really good retake from them.
Very good.
I really don't like B site on this map just because when you put the spike down, if you don't already have people outside of the site zone, you kind of get trapped in there.
Yeah.
And some teams do that on purpose. They set up all of their crossfires in there and it works for them. But a lot of the times it's more like you're being hunted in a very small enclosure.
It's a sad little pit, especially when I know we're not seeing her this round. When you're playing with against a lot of utility that can do so much damage, like paint shells or Molly's Brimstone's orbital strike, you're just asking to be killed in that little death pit that B is sometimes.
Plus, it makes those weird noises when you run on it.
That's true.
So many downsides to that site.
Yeah. Cyphercam gets taken out, but Bernina manages to take out. They take out one each on each side. K-Sweet strong manages to do another quickly, just like that, with the headshot connecting onto Extra's triple kill and a point again on the board for Team UwU.
Yeah, I think Team UwU really read the room there very well for that round. They did that very quickly, and there was at no point where it seemed like Unbind Crouch even had any sort of control on that site. They had no hope, really, of putting the spike down before Team UwU was able to collapse on them.
Yeah.
And we see K-Sweet now with the operator on defense. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody's going to challenge her over at the end of Catwalk yet.
No. Oh, but she's repositioned herself and she might... Oh, barely misses Cece on that Omen. Lightly. That laser sound. And looks like Freya's gonna send her drone out, and they do spot a few of the people there. They get tagged, and they kind of have to slow down here. They know there's an operator in play.
Yeah, but she's moving off of mid. I don't think she knew the Killjoy was over there.
Oh, wow. Yep. Taffy does manage to take out Freya, opening up the round for them. And now they kind of have mid control, but not still sure about which site they want to commit. They're playing it a little bit slow. They're going to use the run it back to push themselves through the trees and onto A site right now, which the rest of Team UwU have already given up. But Bernina finds Taffy in the back over there.
30 seconds left.
Both Empresses are up and available to see if they want to do something with that here. K-Sweet will use her Blade Storm in the meantime. She jumps up, tries to see if she can spot somebody, but everybody else is hiding. And Bernina, on her Empress, is pushing through aggressively as well with the triple kill for herself and a tap on that spike. Onion wants to make something happen, does take out K-Sweet in the meantime, who is blind, but that spike already done and diffused. She dies after the round is over.
Yeah, and they were able to recover the op, which is big game for them right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really great positioning from Bernina, who was defending A site there, because when she heard people coming, she went down long, or the main approach to A, and they had no idea she was there. The Killjoy came out kind of half-heartedly checking and got killed immediately. That was a great pick to start. And then it allowed the defenders to come in from multiple angles to do that retake. So the attackers had to kind of position and watch more than the normal places in order to keep them off the retake.
Yeah. That's the struggle when you lose some of your utility, as some of the changes that Riot has done, where utilities are no longer useful when your agent is dead.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that really changed the game a lot.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Curse pushes out, manages to spot pretty much every member. Okay, every member of Unbind Crouch going through middle, takes one out, but Unbind Crouch strong showing as they do make that push onto the Team UwU spawn. Neural Theft used as well. And now they know where everybody else is playing, and they're gonna make that call. We're gonna come to A. It's only Vernina's Reyna over here, and she's in main. We're aware. We'll get that down. And they're gonna plant it safe on the back.
Yeah, I mean, they took over the spawn, the defender spawn, so they know, and they have the Phoenix they're watching for anybody coming that way.
Taffy, with that Sheriff kill, manages to pick up a Vandal for herself now, and that spike is just ticking away. And Ellen Cute has... She's gonna run into the... Yep, they're running into the crosshairs of Nyan Nyan in the meantime. Thrifty round for Unbind Crouch. Some pretty rifles as well.
That was definitely a kind of a classic example of why taking mid on this map is very strong. We saw it a little bit when UwU was on the attack. Every time they kind of like went mid and took it over, they were able to win the round. And Unbind Crouch is now giving us an even more better example. They did the really like the hard push through mid. They didn't even go to a side. They went all the way back to the spawn before they decided which way to go. Really splitting up the defenders in order to get control and be able to set up properly.
Exactly, but this aggressive play from K-Sweet and Vernina tells the rest of the team this is not an A site push at all. So while Onion on the run it back is tanking every Killjoy utility right now, Taffy pushes her way through with her lockdown, and Alves manages to take out 3. It's Freya all on her lonesome now. Spike not down, at least, for Freya, but eventually runs into the crosshairs of Alves. And that is another round. 11 points for Unbind Crouch.
Am I allowed to say it now? We might be going to a game 3?
There.
No, okay, I didn't say it. I don't want to curse anybody. I didn't say it. Never happened.
I didn't hear anything. I think your mic was muted.
Yeah, yes, it was. We're going to go with that. We do see a couple of ultimates up for both teams here. I feel like the defenders have kind of more of a utility ults than the attackers, but you do see some interesting Omen plays occasionally if they decide to give her the bomb and go to another site.
CC is Cray manages to take another one for herself. It's a 3v5 right now. But K-Sweet. Oh my god, disgusting triple kill on that Sheriff. That short.
5 HP to her name.
And that leaves Unbind Crouch 2v3, trying to see if they can get a pick. But Freya spots both. Uses the Hunter's Fury once again, and you just know you're gonna have to try and dance for that. But the rest of her team on the backside, waiting to catch them, and they do. Spike is down, they're aware. And Alice is just kind of sandwiched here. Oh, that's a missed shot.
Shock dart.
Shock dart used, doesn't
30
connect.
seconds left.
There's still a lot of time. And it's a 2v1 with the Empress. Still quite doable for Alice, who is also sitting on top of the board for her team. This is still very scary for Team UwU.
Yeah, but the Killjoy on Team UwU has her lockdown,
10 seconds left.
which even if the spike goes down is really going to help them kind of take back this site.
There's a shock dart push and an aggressive play by Freya. They don't even need to do it. She timed it well. She knew with timer going down, you cannot fake plant. And just
there was no time to fake a plant.
I mean, at that point, right, you trade for your life, they don't get the plant. Or you stop her from... You kill her immediately as she puts it down. I think it was a really good call on Freya's part.
Yeah, I think on the replay there, we just had K-Sweet's triple kill with the Sheriff. That was beautiful. I don't know how she uses that gun, but wow.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't.
Nah.
We don't talk about my Sheriff plays.
Mm-mm.
Let's just put that out there right now.
I would do better with any other gun. any other gun, just not that one.
In the meantime, let's see. Looks like the rest of Unbind Crouch kind of just sitting outside of B Hall. Spike is there, but they are spread out with a little more of a default situation here, trying to see if they can get some picks. As you can see, Alv's already pushing her way onto A main. The turret will spot her teammates in the meantime on the opposite side over at B. She is... And they're gonna kind of fall back in the meantime. And I like how K-Sweet and Vernina are just kind of playing together, and that's a from the shadows used onto A site, saying, trying to see if it was clear. Maybe, did they think they fake it? I think they heard that she faked it. None of them are committing onto site. Yep. The rest of Unbind Crouch are now pushing their way onto B, and I am pretty sure Vernina is sticking around because she hears Alves running around on A site, but CC is Craig. Opens up the round, finally takes someone out. Alves on the opposite side of the map takes out Vernina, and this is a free plant so far for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, 4v3 could... The defense could get this. Oh, there's the lockdown.
Yeah, there is the lockdown, so that's gonna have to push them out. And this is huge if they can find somebody in the meantime as they try to rotate out, but it's getting a little scary. No players detained, but now at least they're aware that everybody is on site. Oh, unfortunately, K-Sweet got tagged by that Cypher trap. Cursed on her own. Has to try and make something happen here. Not enough. Unbind Crouch, 12 points now on deck
Match
to
point.
take this to game 3.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm not going to say it, but I'm excited. That Killjoy ult, using it was the correct choice, but I don't think she put it close enough to the B site to actually affect the positioning too much.
Yeah.
Of Team Unbind Crouch there. Just because, like, it pushed them towards the back a little bit, but it didn't really kind of sequester them in the full back the way that you kind of would have hoped that it did.
Cover going out.
Looks like Unbind Crouch. I thought that they might switch it up a bit. They are putting all 5 onto A main right now as they slowly walk their way through. I don't even think, are they going to tap on that ultimate orb at all? No, they're not even going to give that information that it's being taken.
No, and you do have Neural Theft up from them, which has been a really great ultimate, helping them get the information they need on where to go.
Yeah, and looks like they have, once again, made their way onto A, given that it was essentially left a little bit open. Vernina sitting in hell right now, trying to see if she can get a pick, but not enough. Taffy takes her out. CC sitting over at Wine, trying to see if she can get them pick. It's a 4v3, still quite doable for the retake. It's just more about playing against the pressure of the spike ticking away.
One enemy remaining.
Freya on her own now. Pressure is on. Try and see if they can prevent any game 3 from happening, but it's not enough. Taffy triple kill. That is a win for Unbind Crouch, and we are going to a game 3.
We are. And I don't think we announced it. Oh, no, we did. We did, because we were talking about how it's going to be bind. But I think it's interesting for the first 2 games here that both teams won on the map that they didn't pick.
I know.
So it's always funny to me when that happens. We've had it happen in a couple of other things. I think it happened in the league playoffs and maybe at the last tournament we had, where teams are choose a map and then end up losing on it, and you kind of feel bad about that.
Exactly. It does happen, but I mean, that was that map, the Ascent, Ascent itself. I mean, it's the mid control plays really opens up the map for both teams, as we've seen. Like, it wasn't just like a favorable for one or the other, and it just kind of comes down to being able to figure out how to do that retake. Retake almost felt like a little bit of a struggle for both sides, but overall, I was really excited to see what everybody managed to do here. And I'm excited for Bind.
Yeah, I think we've watched Team UwU Unbind before. As we were saying before, we haven't streamed Unbind Crouch until this semifinal. So I'm curious to see if they have any interesting strategies that they might pull out there.
That's true.
Gotta see. Ideally, it would go to overtime, but again, I'm not jinxing anything. I'm not gonna say it. Nobody heard it. But I think we're gonna have a quick 5-minute break again before we get into game 3. Let everybody kind of go get more water, do their stuff, and then come back. So we will see you guys in a minute as we go into game 3 of this second semifinals match.